We weren't married when I went to Vietnam, but she had to suffer all the time while I was away. I got a letter almost every day.
So he was gone really for 13 months. Well, I was crying in the photo, and I cried, as I said, for 3 weeks non-stop after that.
I joined in '65, graduated off pilot's course in March '67, marching orders to Vietnam. I did see some pretty awful things. We relied on each other, we trusted each other, and that to me was really important. UH-1B, Iroquois, Huey as many people call it, it's one of the helicopters which I have flown, and I've done some pretty scary things in it. I've got an extra ear on the side of my head because of the SAS sitting in the back behind me and opening up with their guns. After the Air Force, I was working in Commonwealth Public Service for 20 odd years. Got a lot of travelling around the country looking at various aeroplane crashes. I went to CASA. I used to take groups of presenters around the country talking air safety everywhere. About the age of 63 I retired. It was about 5 years after that. A lady next door to us moved in with a dog which had a very loud, vicious bark. I found myself on the ground, diving for cover. I talked to our local GP and he said, I think you've got post-traumatic stress disorder. And he suggested DV8. I went there and I had 3 years of consultations with them. They did a marvellous job. Sandra actually suggested I go to the War Memorial. Once I started off as a volunteer, I spent some time improving. One day the people from education came down and said, how would you like to join the education team? And I thought, yeah, that means working with kids. I love doing that. They'd all gather around you. I love that. And they're one on one side telling you about their great grandfather, one on the other side talking about their brother who's in the army. They're marvellous. I tell them the story of winching out wounded soldiers, where we had to hover in amongst the trees. I like to talk about the importance of teamwork and of communication. Basically, superannuation to me allows me to do the things that I do. It is important that CSC are able to talk to people like myself because I don't know much about finance. We went to a number of seminars. They pointed us the right way. They suggested going to really good financial advisors. It means, firstly, I don't have to really worry about what's going on financially. We've done some marvellous trips. We can afford to buy the presents that the grandkids want. Children, they're a delight. People are a delight. To me, it's a sharing experience. It brings a lot of joy.